Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is where you are, and welcome back to another episode on the Annoyed Dad channel, where we have got some seriously noisy animals today for you. Yeah, they're very noisy. Okay, in today's video, we are going to be moving the main flock of chickens from where they are here up to the new farm. So that you may think that's just the birds in that enclosure there. It's not, because over time the birds have got in there and they've decided to scatter themselves about here, there and everywhere. So we've got a couple in the cage that will be caught and they will be taken. We have a couple down here that will be caught and will be taken. We've got a couple in the end enclosure that will be caught and will be taken. These are all ones that are going to form the main flock up at the new place. And I'm hoping that there's nothing in with the geese and the ducks, because if there is, they're going to be a nightmare to capture. So we are doing it at night. I purposefully gave them a slightly smaller bit of food today. The reason being is because I know that when I come up at night, they are then going to want to be near me and want to see me. So if we just walk across this way, there you go. So the birds want to follow me, they want to see me, they want to see what I'm doing. So if we turn back around again, you can see everybody's following me. So it makes it easier to capture them. They will be given something when we get up to the new place, don't worry. They won't be left starving. So because it makes it easier, see I've got two up there on top of the cage. Absolute pains, they're already roosting. They shouldn't be roosting this early, I've got to try and get them down now. So yeah, that is the plan for today. We will capture them, take them up, we'll take up their feed, we'll take up their water, and we will get them installed at the new place. I just picked up my camera, I was just about to do our, yay, we've done it, we're just about there. I've left the two birds up on the top there because they're not coming down. There is zero point in me trying to force them down because they will just come down in the morning. There is one bird of the main flock left in there because she's broody. There's another one who's a black Orpington. I've caught all of them bar one who's over there on that coop. There's one still left up on there, I'll go and get her in a second. But I've just spotted these two girls wandering around. I presume they have just escaped out of one of the crates I'm using, which is brilliant. So now I've got to run after these two, capture these two, get them back in. Oh, I have also taken down one of the fences there, the fence that went across there, and the ducks have already been down for an explore, and I'm sure the geese will in a minute. So I am now going to have the great fun of trying to capture these two. What do you reckon to them, Dave? Are they stupid chickens? Oh, he's gone all quiet on us. Okay, so I'm going to capture these two, and yeah, let's capture these and get them in the car. Okay, so it turned out that one of my cages there, I knew the lid on it wasn't perfect, but the girls had actually got out through the top of the lid. So I had to run around, catch them, so they've been caught, they're all in there. I've got the ones in the top, ones in the bottom, I've got a feeder and I've got a drinker. If you think I need to get a bigger car, please leave a like to this video. If this video reaches 1,000 likes, I'll get a bigger car. There we go, how does that sound? Especially at a time when well, as I'm recording this, I'm not quite up to 2,000 subscribers yet, but we are just about there. So, the chickens are gone from here, we're left with the cockerel. There, sorry, I was doing my finger to where I could see the cockerel rather than where you could see the cockerel. So we're left with him now. We've got Mr. Gobbler down there. He's going to come up later on this week, I think, maybe tomorrow. All the chickens are gone out of this bit. We just nip over again. So this is quite good because that is pretty much it for the chickens. So literally, we've got left the ones I explained about earlier. In the cage there, we have got the two Sainsbury's ones that I'm not sure what I'm going to do with yet, and the Bantams. We've got the black Orpingtons up there, and that's it basically. We've got the geese, they're going to be quite easy to move. Everything now can pretty much be moved on its own into new stuff up there. So let's get these guys up there because the light is fading, as you can probably see. and we'll get them in. Okay, this is now the following morning, and I've been up to the yard this morning and I've caught the chickens that were up on the top of the unit, and I've brought them up and I've put them in with the girls and Cake here. Let's go in, have a look, have a chicken's eye view of the place. So the flooring still needs some work doing on it, but that's not too much of a hassle. You can see they've just had their breakfast, so they're all getting in there, having a good old nibble. Her beak's always been crossed, it's never been an issue for us. You can see where we've got some just along here. But what I'm going to do is I am going to leave them in here all day long. We've got one chicken that wants to escape. I'm going to leave them locked in for today, and maybe even for tomorrow, and we will see. The reason being is because where they were up at the old place, they split themselves up into 3 or 4 different groups, and I don't want 3 or 4 different groups of mixed hybrid chickens. I want one. So I want them to get together and learn their pecking order, which is what they're doing there. You can see where they're having a bit of a 2 and 8 there. Learn their pecking order and come together as a group rather than being split up into separate groups. Plus it also means I can get on with other stuff out here without having to worry too much about them being out and having to catch them. And it also sets in their minds that this is where home is. There's plenty of room in there for them for today. They can be cracking on with doing lots of different things, scratching about, eating, drinking, laying eggs, whatever they want to do they can get on with and do today. Okay, so in the end I gave the chickens a couple of days just to get themselves settled in, and then I've given them this little outside run area, and you can see I'm just coming down now to sort them out, and I've got one who's escaped. There she is down there. She knows she's in trouble. Look, she's trying to get back in. Naughty chicken. So yeah, basically I gave them a couple of days just to sort themselves out, sort out the pecking order as they say, and then I've allowed them to come out. I do apologise for the wind noise, I don't have a windsock on the camera. And yeah, they seem to be loving it. They've actually got themselves some grass to get on and to scratch around in. So what the plan is from now on is that we are going to bring down the turkeys, and temporarily the turkeys are going in with these guys. What we will then do is we will use all of the fencing, the electric fencing from the old place, and we will plot it around between here, going out over there into the field, to try to work out what is going to be the best sort of system for us. There's lots of different options as to what we could do, but we want to plot them out first to try to work out which ones are actually going to be the best ones to do. So for example, where we've got the gate post just over there, I could attach onto that a little gate that I can use to walk through, because obviously I still want to be able to get through that way to be able to get out into the field. Also out there is where we're going to have the geese, but I want to give the chickens a big enough area that's large enough for them that they're also not going to destroy and get rid of all of the grass so they end up with mud like they had back at the old place. So that might well be that we end up working over 2 paddocks with them as opposed to working over 1. So I've got to try to work out how I'm going to do things. It may end up that we have like a chicken walkway, as if it were, going straight up here, and then that'll then either go left to one paddock and right to another paddock, and at different times of the year I can change over as to which paddock they actually go into and what they do outside. It might also mean that I can bring them around over here somewhere, and I can get them going over the areas where we are storing everything, and they can just basically keep the grass and everything else down in that area. But there's a lot to think about, a lot to try to figure out, and I'd much rather figure it out with the fencing that I can just lift up and move and go off and try somewhere else, rather than having to actually put down the posts, then clip the wire to it, then go around and do all of that, because I can do all of that once we've worked out how we are actually going to work it. And the same applies to the geese as well. Once the geese are up here, which will be very soon, I don't want the geese just to have the whole run of the field. They can be split up into different places. So thanks for watching. Thank you for all of your comments that are coming in. I must admit, I have been getting quite a few comments about that I shouldn't try to do everything all at once, and that I should plan stuff and I should take my time and enjoy time for fun. I will admit that although we are posting 2 videos a week now, which is twice as much as what we were doing before, it's not actually taking that much extra effort to do it. I've done an initial blast around the place just to get it clear enough that we can start to bring up the animals, so as now I can bring up the animals and then I can start to look at other bits and pieces and start to work in. So I am taking my time as best I can, and I am being steady, but there's other jobs, like you see this here, this is obviously terrible and that needs changing. In fact, the whole roof on this thing needs changing. All of these trees here need trimming back and getting rid of. So there is still a lot to do, but I am taking my time and I am being steady, cautious and conscientious with it. So thank you for your comments. Please do keep them coming. I do like reading them. I do try to answer everybody as well. I'm not sure if you spotted that yet, but yeah, I do try to answer everybody who leaves me a comment. If I don't answer you, I try to give you a heart. If I don't see your message, or if I think it's a bit silly, I just scroll right past it. There was a person turning around to me once and asking me if they could do eggs underneath their pillow, so I just scrolled past that and I let one of you guys answer them, and I just enjoyed the entertaining conversation that followed through that. So anyway, that's going to be it for today. Thanks for watching. Leave us a like, leave us a comment, share the video. If you know anybody who's into this sort of stuff as well, share the video around. Let them come and find me, and subscribe, because we now got 2,000. Woohoo! I must admit, the second 1,000 to get has been easier than the first 1,000 to get. So that's fantastic. So thank you for watching, and until next week, I am now going. Bye bye.